folks, welcome back to Famau Garage. I'm here with my SJ Subaru Forester XT and today we are fitting some lovely window visors. So I've had this Forester for around a month now actually, and the first thing I ordered was these wind visors, but I've just not had a chance to actually install them. So that's the job today. These are the genuine OEM Subaru wind visors. I got these from a UK site called subaruparts.co.uk, and there are no instructions in the box at all. But I've seen a couple of videos online for genuine Subaru Crosstrek or XV installations, and I'm pretty sure it's a very similar process. You get all the same bits in the box. They send you some clips with 4 visors and there's sticky tape on the inside. So let's give it a go, see how we get along. I'm just going to do the driver's side to start with. That's the main one that is going to be used in this car, to be fair. So yeah, let's crack on. In the pack you'll get a pack of clips like this. These should all be identical. Yeah, so they just have a little notch on them which goes up under the window seal, and then the circular bit clips onto the visor itself. So on the inside of the visors you should see 2 tabs like this, little notches, one close to either end of it. These little tabs should just clip straight over there, like so, and that's it, installed in place. So the first thing we'll do is attach all these clips onto our visors. So the next step is to make sure you've cleaned where the adhesive is going to be sticking these to the car. This has just come fresh from a nice clean wash, but I have just gone over once more as well. If you have something like an alcohol wipe, that would be ideal for this sort of job. Now in terms of the adhesive strips, we're just going to start unpeeling them, if we can get hold of them. There we go. So on each of these to start with, we're just going to fold over a little tab like that so we can grab hold of it from the outside. Same on these ones. There we go. Just like that. Now, apparently Subaru tell you to do this. I didn't think it would need to be done. For example, I've got my new head unit microphone on the inside rubber trim. I didn't have to take the whole trim off to do that, but if Subaru want you to do it, I suppose you best add. So we've wound down the windows, and then this rubber trim we're going to just get underneath and peel right off. It's always handy having some trim tools available. It might make your life a lot easier. There we go. So now we're going to try and get the clips in and get the visor lined up properly. You won't really have any adjustment height wise, but front and back you may have. So before we get the adhesive stuck down, we do have a little bit of wiggle room. So get it roughly in place. It's a little bit tricky to actually see the visors. There we go, I think they're on. Should be able to see from there that they are clipped in into place. That's the rear one, that's the front one. And what we need to do is roughly line up the front edge with this vertical pillar here, and you'll see as you move it forward and backwards it will start to line up very nicely with the contour of the window. There we go. So you can see there's two parts to this pillar. There's a rubber towards the front and a harder plastic towards the rear. The front of the visor is in line with the divide between the two, and that also means that now the back of the visor is basically flush with the side of the door as well. Okay, so now remember our little tabs on the adhesive? We're going to start pulling that out to stick it down. That's the front. So we're applying pressure as we're removing it, and try to grab the tab as close to the door as possible to try and avoid snapping it. So then the last thing to do is get this rubber trim back in. We'll start at the back corner here. There we go. So yeah, a good test. Obviously, once you've got the visor on, it's a lot harder to actually see what you're doing, getting the trim back in. So a good test to see if you've actually done it properly is try and bring the window up. If it's not in properly, the window will come straight back down again. It thinks that someone's fingers are stuck in there or something. So yeah, little tip. So now it's basically rinse and repeat for the other 3 doors. This is supposedly the Subaru method according to XV Crosstrek instructions that I've seen. I'm going to try it a slightly different way on the other side, which might just be a little less faff in terms of getting the seal back in and all that, but we'll see. Okay, so this time I actually put the rubber seal back into the door frame before applying the adhesive, and that's far easier. You can still move it around quite a bit, but it's solid enough that it's not going to just fall off as well. So now it's just the adhesive. On the rear here, I've lined up just off the edge of the door where it meets with the front door. There is a bit of an angle between the two, so there should be no bumping or anything like that. So yeah, just a few mil off the edge, and then that looks pretty good, and it's nice and flush with the back of the door as well. So there we go. Let's get the adhesive on. There we go, rear door done. So yeah, I think it's far easier to get the visor on with the clips, pop the seal back in place and then do the adhesive. It just means you have a little bit of play when you try and get the seal back in, because especially in the corners on the front door, it can be very awkward trying to get right up there to push it in properly. Otherwise, looking good. There we go, that is our SJ Subaru Forester with genuine OEM Subaru wind visors, or wind deflectors, whatever you want to call them. Pretty easy to install. I think I would definitely recommend my way of doing it. Getting it on with the clips, then putting trim in before applying the adhesive. I think it just gives you a bit more wiggle room really if you need to slightly adjust it after putting the trim back in, and it just makes life easier to get the trim back in the first place. So yeah, what do you think? I think it looks a lot smarter, and it means I can crack the windows open any time of the year, whether it's raining or snowing, and I shouldn't get any of that mad wind noise either. So very happy I've done that. I've got a roughly 1400 mile trip this weekend, so I'm sure I'll get them tested out for you. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you may have found this video useful. If you did, be sure to give it a like, drop a comment if you got any questions at all, and if you want to see more videos like this, do hit subscribe as well. Otherwise, be good, stay safe, get working on your cars, and I'll see you in the next video.